I've seen it written often that I say that cold turkey is the only way to quit, or the whyquit.com site constantly is saying cold turkey is the only way to quit. I want to make this very clear. If you go through anything I've ever written, any video I made, just any resources that I think we have out on Why Quit, I can't control everything, but we try to keep attention to this. There's nowhere that we say cold turkey is the only way to quit smoking. We do say, and will continue to say, that it is the way that the vast majority of people in the world who have quit smoking have quit smoking. It really is the most successful way that, and again, in the real world, people quit smoking. I think we could say without question, it's the cheapest way to quit smoking. I don't think too many would argue, maybe a few would say, though, that it's the safest way to quit smoking. To say that it's the only way to quit smoking, no, that's wrong. There's lots of ways that people quit smoking. People quit smoking by trying to cut down. People quit smoking by using nicotine replacement. People quit smoking by, taking prescription drugs like Zyban and Chantix. People quit smoking by hypnosis. People try to quit smoking by acupuncture. There's a whole slew of techniques out there that people use to quit smoking. And you could actually find success in all the different approaches, no matter how bizarre and no matter how quackish treatment might be, there will be some people who will pull it off. The issue, though, is the vast majority of people who try alternative approaches to quit smoking won't make it. Yes, you will encounter every now and then those who did, but the majority of people who tried it had failed. And they generally incurred quite a bit of expense, and they basically took some risk on some of these things that were totally unnecessary. Now, you will at times encounter people who use these things who do succeed, and you may find yourself wanting to get into a debate with them. Don't do it. Don't debate with them that the way they quit smoking was wrong. I guess it was right for them. They're not smoking right now, and if they continue to, succeed with this quit, hey, it worked for them. But just because it worked for one individual doesn't really mean a whole lot if you, again, consider that most people who use the technique, it didn't work for. And again, the really important bottom line is that the vast majority of people who do quit don't use these techniques. They have done it on their own, they have done it without assistance, and they have long-term quits going. Every now and then, I'll even see on our board at the Freedom site through YQuit that somebody will come in and say that cold turkey is the only way. You got to understand, when you say a comment like that to anybody, your credibility is out the window instantly as soon as you encounter the individual who pulled it off. It's something that I repeat often, and I'm trying not to repeat too much in videos, but some concepts are important enough to be said over and over again. I don't want people to take my word for anything. I really want them to go into their real world and find out from the people they know, their family members, their friends, their co-workers, their neighbors, people who they knew when they were smokers, and now people who are significantly long-term ex-smokers. And what I mean by that, people who've been off, all nicotine, I'll be very careful how I clarify this, who have been off all nicotine for at least 1 year or longer. Again, I am not saying how they initially quit. I'm just saying find people you know who are off all nicotine for at least a year and find out how they quit. And you're going to find the vast majority of those people, if not all of them, if you go into your real world, there's a really good chance that the vast majority, if not all, will have been cold turkey quitters. People who woke up one day and said they were sick and tired of it and never touched one again. People who left a doctor's office ultimatum to quit smoking or drop dead and they never touched one again. Or people who got sick. They got a cold or a flu. They felt miserable. They couldn't smoke. They couldn't eat. They had to quit going for 2 or 3 days. They got better, realized, wow, I have 2 or 3 days under my belt. Let's see if I can keep it going. And they keep it going. I always encourage people to do this internal survey themselves to the people they know. I'm not talking about surveying on internet sites where you're getting people in who are basically selected They're looking for people who are using nicotine replacement. They're looking for people who are using Chantix. They're looking for people who are doing cut-down approaches. I mean, they're looking for specific groups, and so sure, you can find, people who use this and pulled it off. Even in most of those groups, you're going to find a majority of successes. If they go into their own real world, we'll see that what they did wasn't what happened to most people around them. It's what happened to people in a selected group, but it is not what happens in the general world at large. I could spend a lot of time on a video explaining the limitations of all the different products, but if you go to the YouTube site, we have everything under the YouTube/Joel Spitz. That's where I have all the videos. They're broken into playlists, and one of the playlists is called Quitting Aids. In that playlist, I have videos on nicotine replacement. I have videos on Chantix. I have videos on gradual withdrawal. Is that a quitting aid? No, but it is a technique people use, so I stuck it under there. I have videos on just different aspects of quitting by using means other than cold turkey quitting. And it'll explain, step by step where I feel limitations are of all these products. Some of them are just a waste of money. Some of them have risk implications to them. And I want people to understand, if they're first considering quitting smoking and they're trying to decide which way to go through that literature. If you decide to go an alternate route, again, it's a decision you make. There are people who pull it off, but I think you are making a process longer and harder and more expensive, and bottom line, less successful than it will likely be if you just go cold turkey. If you decide to go another route, don't disregard all the other material we have. We have materials in these playlists that are designed to help you not only with how to quit smoking, but also why you should quit. And there's a playlist on the consequences of smoking. That's going to be a benefit for everyone, no matter how they quit smoking. Helping you understand why you smoke. Try to go through that material. And probably the most important, the relapse prevention. Because no matter how you get off, you need to understand how to stay off. And the relapse prevention material can help people no matter how they quit. So I just want you to know those resources are there. Bottom line, is cold turkey the only way? No, it's not. But it is the most successful. It is the cheapest. It is the safest. While many will argue with this, it probably is going to be the easiest. It is the way that's giving you the best chance of long-term success. And once you pull it off, once you get 3 days under your belt, if there's physical withdrawal, it's going to be of any level of great intensity, it'll peak within the 3 days. After a couple of weeks, there's very minimal effect whatsoever after having gone through a cold turkey approach. Then once you got that approach going, all you need to do to keep it going is simply stick to the commitment that hopefully you made the day you started your process to never take another puff.